Everybody has to make their own way. Hello, everybody. It's Tom here. I hope you're well. Today, I think it's very important we discuss the different things that people do to get by. I'm a great believer we should never ever look down on somebody for their profession. Yes, it still happens quite a lot in this day and age. There's always going to be people who will judge what you do to make money. And I think it's totally wrong at the end of the day. Every person on this planet has to survive, live, and make their way in life. Sometimes they will choose a career path that you don't like, that you don't appreciate. Just because you don't subscribe to it doesn't mean that it isn't actually something that they enjoy doing or something they have to do. It may not be a case of enjoyment, it may be a case of that's where they've ended up. And I'm going to talk about this because I'll never forget years ago when I was out of work, my dad said to me, I don't care what you do for a job, son, as long as you're happy and you're surviving and you're doing okay, that's all that matters to me. I don't care if you're even a dustbin man. Now, I'm not turning my nose up at anybody that is a dustbin man. That's not for me. But if that's what you do for a profession to get by, then fair play to you. That's your life. I think there's a lot out there, a lot of people in certain jobs, in certain professions, that have the wrong idea about it and they turn the nose up at it unnecessarily. And we shouldn't do this, okay? Even if you work on a till in a shop, stack of shelves for your living, clean the street, the lowest jobs have their place. And I say the lowest jobs, I don't mean it as low as in like low as in they're rubbish. I mean low as in perhaps the lower skilled. That's what I was getting at. Low skilled doesn't necessarily mean that it isn't important. It's very important. We should not be snobbish about what people do. Okay? Everybody has their place in this life, in this world, and everybody has the way to make ends meet. Some people choose paths that a lot of us wouldn't dream of doing. Example, there are a lot of people, a lot of women on Instagram who have OnlyFans accounts. And while I'd never go on an OnlyFans account and subscribe to their stuff, if that makes them money and that helps them get by, and they're comfortable with that, then we shouldn't be in a position to judge what they do. Okay? My cousin digs holes for a living. He works on the roads. He's a civil engineer. He digs holes for a living and he's paid more than me. But there's no jealousy there. Good for him. He's a father. He's a husband. He's got another child on the way. He needs to provide for his family. And he's done well for himself in something that he enjoys. So, good on him. And as I said, while it may appear menial and low skilled, it's actually hard physical work to be digging holes all day. So, good on him. And good for him to be earning and doing so well out of it. That is great. And that suits him. Now, myself, a lot of what I've done over the years has been more sort of in an office, but I have worked outside, I have worked in warehouses, I have done more manual work as well as not just behind a desk. So I have done a multitude of things when I was trying to get by. And I've landed my hand for many, many different sorts of jobs and always given it my best shot. I never looked down on it. Never felt that the people that I was working with, that I was above them. Never criticised the job, even if it wasn't something I particularly enjoyed. I've always had respect for it. First job I ever had was a shop assistant. There was no way I was ever going to remain there because I had higher ambitions than that. And that isn't putting anybody down who worked in that industry. I've met a lot of great people through that. And they were happy. in that space doing that job. So I'm saying here today, never turn your nose up at what somebody does. Because at the end of the day, we've all got to get by. We've all got to make a living, regardless of what we do. Whether that be a builder, a cleaner, somebody who is an executive at a big company, somebody who works on the stock market, somebody who's got an OnlyFans account, YouTubers, influencers. Whatever you do to get by is fine by me. No judgment, because at the end of the day, the ultimate thing is with it underlined is you must get by somewhere. You've got bills to pay, you've got a life to lead, you've got to do what you've got to do. So no judgment from me, ever. And I think it should be the same for more of us. We should stop turning our nose up at what people do for a job and get it out of our heads that because it seems less skilled that you're above them, because it's not the case. We've all got our place in life, remember that. Guys, this is my third and final video. I want to say thank you all ever so much for listening. Really appreciate it. Third of three, as I said, please put down in the comment section below. What's your take on this? My dad's a plumber and a heating engineer. It was meant to be the family business, but I had ultimately no interest in doing so. Neither did my brother. And some would say it was a shame, but at the end of the day, it was never for me. That doesn't mean that it couldn't have been in another way, but it never really appealed to me. So it was never something I was going to take up. But I remember in school years ago, the careers officer talking plumbing down, saying it was anyone's job. Trust me, it's not anyone's job. It's hard physical work, and you got to use your brain a lot more than what people suspect. So there's no criticism there and should never be. Please, if you would, consider hitting that subscribe button down below. And please, if you would as well, consider giving me a thumbs up and a like. That'd be really great. And let's hear that bell sign go when so you know my next content's out. I will be back next week with another 3 videos. But until then, as always, please take care of yourselves and bye for now.